Hey guys, this is Nick. It is time to rearrange my pedal board. What we've got going on here, I'm actually going to be taking the Murph pedal off of the board. And I'm joining a metal band, so I really needed a noise reduction pedal, so I got this nice ISP decimator G-string. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take the Moog pedals and move them to the left. I'm going to take the volume pedal and the ISP and move them to the right with the tuner. So I thought I'd do this video to kind of show you how I go about moving cables around, how I attach my pedals. I use velcro and epoxy, how I set up power and everything in there. So this is going to take quite a bit of time for me to do, but once it's all set up, I'm going to be ready to go for practices and gigs. The first thing I like to do is make out like a really rough sketch of what I want to do with my pedal board. It helps me just kind of visualize it, and you know, if I've got any problems that I'm working on down the line, you know, with cables or power issues or whatever, I can kind of come back to this and just kind of draw it again and see if things are going to work out. Okay, so we got the next section of the pedal board ripped off. Here we've got these metal plates here that kind of fit right there. They're held together by these screws and on these little brackets on this side and on the back side of the pedal board. Okay, so we'll take that off. This is a Monster Power Pro 800. This was the power supply for the Murph pedal. I'm going to take that out. Goodness. Okay. So you'll notice there's a whole bunch of cable mess going on right there. That's why I love having this pedal board, because all the cable crap and mess and power stuff and everything is underneath the pedal board. Everything that you need to get to is on the top of the board. So, okay, those are the Moger Fogers. That's for my theremin. This is the power cable that runs to this. Now this is the power center for all the Boss stuff that I've got going on over here. But I'm running this back underneath and into the Monster Power Pro, so everything is filtered through the Monster Power. By the way, if you're going to buy Monster Power, I think it's great stuff, but if you happen to get it from Guitar Center, ask your salesperson if you can just plug the unit directly into the wall and just see if it pops or not. I bought a couple of rack pieces, like the 2500, and took it home and plugged it in, and it tripped the circuit, you know, right away, so I couldn't use it. So yeah, so it's great stuff. So if you happen to go to Guitar Center and you're ready to buy one, just ask your salesperson if you can just plug it into the wall and see if it trips right away. If it doesn't, take it home. It's great. Okay, so we got most of the pedals taken off. I had to get to some of these wires down here, so in order to do that I had to take this off. Because I had to take this off, I had to take these other delay pedals off. So this is really why I like to do a sketch of the entire pedal board. I like to just draw it out before I start working on anything, because once you get to this stage, it gets to a point where it's kind of hard to remember what you've got going on. So, okay, this is later in the day. I've been working on this for at least 2 or 3 hours. Decided kind of halfway through that I actually wanted to have the ISP decimator up in the upper left hand corner, because I'm pretty much going to be leaving that on all the time. I shifted the Moogs to the middle, the volume pedal to the right. I kind of, you know, I normally have the Moogs in front of the PS3 and the PS5 pitch shifter pedals I have. I like having them before these two pedals in the chain, but I'm actually going to switch it around. So I have this PS5 going to the PS3, going back into the Freak box here. I'm going to try some different things with that, see what I can do. So this is more simple too. This is kind of going from right to left in a line, going through the Moogs, through to the TC Electronic chorus pedal, back into the Space Echo, the DD20, back in here. So this is a bit more simple. Okay, so we got the pedal board ready. I went ahead and wired the whole thing and basically I got it working how I wanted it before I started applying any kind of Velcro to especially this brand new pedal that I got. Wanted to make sure I got what I wanted out of it before I put a new Velcro on it. But now we're ready to put Velcro on. Now here's what I do. You know, for Boss pedals, typically I cut a little piece of Velcro out like that, and I put it right where that little rectangle part is. Now you'll see this is actually the sticker from the bottom of my tuner pedal, and the sticker actually fell off, so I'm going to be redoing another piece of Velcro there. I like to get creative with, you know, I actually cut out pieces of Velcro. You'll notice here this is this is the bottom of my Murph pedal, and you know, I've got it kind of like that. I actually try to save the serial numbers too for all my gear, so I cut that out. So okay, we've got these pieces cut out now. We are ready to start using the epoxy. This is the epoxy that I've got. By the way, I didn't show you before. This is actually the kind of Velcro that I use. It comes in a big roll, about, I want to say about 15 yards. This is all Velcro. The only place I can get it is Walmart. I hate shopping at Walmart, but you know, you gotta get what you can get sometimes. All right, so let's see. Let's take this off. Okay. Now the thing about using epoxy is that it's very strong. It's very messy. You have to really know that you want to put epoxy on your pedals and get them messed up. You have to really know that you're going to keep that pedal for a long time before you want to use this. So some person who knows how to use epoxy better than I do is going to criticize me for this. But basically, you let it mix a little bit. Okay, it's a quick drying thing, so this has to be fast. So I take the adhesive off of the Velcro, and I apply epoxy to the entire side. Alright, so we're going to place that in there. Oh yeah, this stuff will get you high if you're not careful. Goodness. Okay. Alright. That looks pretty good, pretty clean. There's not too much excess in there. Okay, I'm going to let that sit overnight. I'm not going to attach it to my pedal board just yet. We'll let that sit. There's really no perfect way to do this. This is just trial and error for me over the years. I see a lot of guys use zip ties to attach their pedals to something like the, I want to say the pedal train style pedal boards. I tried using that with a wah pedal that I had a while back, and just wasn't working out for me. It was sliding all over the place. So I really prefer using Velcro. Okay, so we're all done here. Everything's wired. I've got all the Velcro done. All the epoxy is all dried up and everything. It's all good. So what we should be able to do is pick this up and flip it upside down. Here we go. Yep, looks good to me. Now the thing about adhesive, one more time, it doesn't last forever. If you're taking it to gigs, taking your pedal board to a bunch of gigs, if it's the middle of the summer, it can get soft, it can come apart. I live in Arizona, so I have to deal with that a lot. So it doesn't last forever, but as long as you're doing some basic maintenance on your pedals all the time, you should have no problems. So yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching my whole process for rearranging and redoing my pedal board, and hopefully there will be more videos in the future. Rock on.